Hey guys, this is Jeremy from Stoltz Bros Bible Study. I thought we'd try something a little bit different tonight and go with a brief New Year's thing. Matt last week he talked about John 3:16 and the promises that God never goes back, that He's always faithful and that when we come to Him in a relationship with Him, then we're saved and we're His. And I love that God never fails us and He always is with us all the time, no matter what. But I did want to share with you something for believers today in the beginning of the new year that, oftentimes we can walk away, stray away, do things that we shouldn't. We can make bad choices and worry about ourselves instead of our relationship with God, and that causes trouble. In Revelation chapter 3, we see a church that has done such a thing. This was the church of Laodicea. And this church laid in a region where they made money off of their banking system, their clothing system, and medicinal production and things like that. And in this, Jesus has a straight message for them, and He tells them that the way you are is not okay. Revelation chapter 3, He says, He says I either want you hot. It says, I don't want you lukewarm. Either I want you hot or cold. But since you're lukewarm, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. And, that's the thing. And that wasn't because of anything God had done. It was because they were trusting in those things for life and for handling life and things like that, with missing out that God was what God wanted was Him. He wanted them to trust in Him, not their. That's why also in that passage He tells them to look, buy things for me, buy medicine for me, get your clothing for me. So the problem with us, we look to other things in a way that God can provide. We need to realize and trust that God is the one who can do that. And it's interesting because the background there of the springs, that where their source was, it came out hot and it traveled down the valley, and that's how the Laodiceans got their waters from the Hierapolis hot springs. And by the time they got to them, it was lukewarm. Now, if you understand, hot day and you drink lukewarm water, what is it going to be? Not good. He's like, either I want you to follow me or don't follow me, but don't sit in the middle. I think at the beginning of the year is a good time for us to think about where we are standing in our relationship with God. Are we on fire? Are we cold? But He doesn't want lukewarm. But the end of that, I love that, because in chapter 3, verse 20, He has an invitation. He says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anybody opens the door and has fellowship and lets me in, I'll have fellowship with him and he with me. And that's all He really, truly wants from all of us, is that relationship. So where is God on your priority list today? Because He stands and knocks on all of our hearts and says, where am I at? So let's think about that. Where are we standing? Are we lukewarm, cold, or hot? And if we're hot, great. If we're lukewarm, what changes do we need to get back to that hot? And if we're cold, you can change that by knowing today. Well, hey, this is a little bit different, but I hope you guys have a great day. And thanks for joining us on Stoltz Bros Bible Study. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.